The JVP also was resorting to some sort of terrorism way back, right? But then they are still celebrating their dead. Il Mahaviru Dinaya, you all celebrate. LTT also had a political objective, right? They are also celebrating Mahavirattinam, right? But does the Muslim community celebrate Zahran and his colleagues? They are terrorists. We agree. We don't celebrate them. We didn't have a political objective.
Honourable
right?
Member, please.
So there was a hidden political agenda by somebody else. That's the issue. It's a headline. Iranian president's visit. Sri Lanka withstands Western pressure. Right? Tight security for Iranian president's visit to Sri Lanka. Right? Katunayaka Colombo Expressway closed from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. I was personally witnessing how the security was provided. It was so tight-knit. I don't think even a fly could have crept through. From Katunayaka to Colombo, wherever he went in Colombo, I went to the opening in Umawaya, close to Alla. There too, from Alla to through Vellavaya up to Mattala Airport, every 50 meters there were policemen blocking every entry to the road. Watertight security was provided for a VVIP visitor, the Iranian president. Because such was the issue. Because there is this burning problem in the Middle East. There are enemies targeting him. It's our responsibility as a host country to provide the security. But wonderful security network was provided. The chief government whip read out a list of occasions on which the same matter has been discussed in this House. During the past 5 years, umpteen number of times, we have had detailed debate on the subject of the Easter Sunday attacks and the causes that led to the attack and the failure as far as the intelligence network in this country. Principally, I would like to initially point out some of the headlines in the papers yesterday and today. Now, your party leader, Madam Presiding Member, says that in his debate, in his contribution to the debate, in Tamil paper I read, Uyitha Nayira Kunduvadippu, Koottaga Inendu Nadathiya Thakkudala. தாக்குதல்தாரிகளுக்கும் தாக்குதலை தடுக்க தவறியவர்களுக்கும் தொடர்புள்ளதா? This is your party leader, Honorable Anura Dissanayake. Then there is also another caption in the Veera Kesari. கார்டினலின் குற்றச்சாட்டை முழுமையாக நிராகரிக்கிறேன். முன்னாள் ஜனாதிபதி கோட்டாபய சுய விளக்கமளித்த அறிக்கை. இதே மாதிரி we can go on reading like this. Then there is also this issue, which I would like to refer to. In Ireland on the 23rd April, Shangri-La Hotel in Easter Sunday mystery. SJB demands to know who occupied rooms 616 and 623 while Zahran was on the 6th floor. These are very explosive expose that have been brought out by our colleague, the former MP Mujibur Rahman, in a press interview. Then we have the comment by Honorable Gaman Piller, who says, Easter Sunday attacks debate, opposition divided over critique of SIS. Gaman Piller wants PSC on sensitive intelligence. Now, I would like to start from there. Now, we are pointing fingers at each other without looking at the root causes to the problem. Basically, it is widely accepted there are gaps in the investigations. I have pointed out several such gaps. Madam Presiding Member, your own party leader, in his speech, pointed it out this time and several times before. You perhaps also have spoken about this. So is Mr. Sajith Premadasa. In his latest speech also, he pointed out various issues regarding which there needs to be a further investigation. But what is the government response regarding this? What is the government response? The Minister in charge for law and order says, we have completed investigations, we have filed charges against so many people, 20-odd people, there are charges pending before the high courts. Then the Attorney General Department also says, we have filed charges and cases are pending. That's not the issue. Since all these new matters have come to be exposed, there is a necessity for a further investigation. This whole thing has shaken up the entire criminal justice system of this country, entire law and order machinery. Our intelligence network is under suspicion. There is a question whether there was a rogue group within the intelligence network who assisted the terrorists. Now, on top of it, the previous speaker also had been trying to, through innuendo, trying to point out various things, because he also stands accused of some allegations, because one of his party men, who has now taken refuge abroad, had also, by an affidavit to the UN Human Rights Council, had come out with another set of startling revelations. So in the background, what is necessary is to have a proper further investigation into all these new issues that have now cropped up, so that we can allay the fears. Now I'll come to what Mr. Gamanpilla says. He's a little upset that we are questioning our own state intelligence security network, the SIS. Now he also, I think he's perhaps referring to this allegation about this so-called Tripoli gang. Now this is a famous issue about the Tripoli gang and their operations. There are some members against whom there is the allegation about being involved in summary killings for political purposes using this Tripoli gang. Now this is a very serious allegation hanging over the head of our own intelligence network. Right? I remember our current president, Ranil Wickremesinghe himself, questioned about the Tripoli gang in this house when he was in the opposition. Or perhaps he was in the government. I can't remember when it was. Right? Because we have been part of his government earlier. That's no secret. So this is the issue. Now, do we have lack of confidence in our own intelligence network? What I would say...
Honourable Member, you have 2 more minutes.
Yeah. Now, let me say this. Now look at this headline. Iranian president's visit. Sri Lanka withstands Western pressure. Right? Tight security for Iranian president visit to Sri Lanka. Right? Katunayaka Colombo Expressway closed from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. I was personally witnessing how the security was provided. It was so tight-knit, I don't think even a fly could have crept through. From Katunayaka to Colombo, wherever he went in Colombo, I went to the opening in Umawaya, close to Alla. There too, from Alla to through Vellavaya up to Mattala Airport, every 50 meters there were policemen blocking every entry to the road. Watertight security was provided for a VVIP visitor, the Iranian president. Because such was the issue. Because there is this burning problem in the Middle East. There are enemies targeting him. It's our responsibility as a host country to provide the security. But wonderful security network was provided. The entire visit went without an incident. Similarly, way back in 2019, when this Easter Sunday attack took place, right? We had the intelligence information from Indian intelligence on the 4th of December. 7th of December, Indian Secretary of Defense came here. Security was provided. He never had any issues. Right? So such was the confidence in our intelligence network and our security establishment. But what went wrong? This is the problem. So there are so many issues to be resolved. So that is why I am suggesting, as a parliament, let us now stop pointing fingers at each other, but look at ways in which we can resolve this issue. First of all, there must be a fresh investigation. There must be commissions appointed to go into the new evidence that has surfaced. Added to that, I suggest that we must have...
Honourable Member, please wind up.
Yes, Madam Presiding Member, I am concluding. As far as intelligence is concerned, Parliament must be taken into confidence. We must appoint an oversight committee led by party leaders, both from government and opposition. Intelligence briefings must be given to Parliament for party leaders or very senior members. Right? I am part of the National Security Oversight Committee. Periodically we discuss this issue, but we must have a permanent committee to oversee and have an oversight committee over intelligence in this country. You must take the opposition into confidence. This should not be the exclusive preserve of the executive alone.
Honourable Member, please wind up.
That must change. It is only when it's an exclusive preserve of the executive that sometimes executive can manipulate for political purposes the intelligence network. That is what has happened. That is what Cardinal is also suspecting. That is what the Christian community is suspecting. That is what the Muslim community that has been traumatized as also victims in this, that we are also suspecting. The one last point, Madam Presiding Member. The JVP also was resorting to some sort of terrorism way back, right? But then they are still celebrating their dead. Il Mahaviru Dinaya, you all celebrate. LTT also had a political objective, right? They are also celebrating Mahavirarthinam, right? But does the Muslim community celebrate Zahran and his colleagues? They are terrorists. We agree. We don't celebrate them. We didn't have a political objective.
Honourable Member, please.
So there was a hidden political agenda by somebody else. That's the issue. So that has to be looked into, a proper inquiry has to be conducted, and Attorney General's Department and the Police Department must stop saying that the chapter is closed, because there are new evidence that needs to be examined and truth.
தரமான பாடநெறிகளை வழங்கி வரும் அரசு அங்கீகாரம் பெற்ற அமேசான் காலேஜ் உயர்கல்வி நிறுவனம் கல்வி அமைச்சின் கீழ் TVEC-யில் பதிவு செய்யப்பட்டு பல பிரபலம் வாய்ந்த UGC பல்கலைக்கழகங்களுடன் 2009 முதல் சுமார் 15 வருடங்களையும் தாண்டி நடத்தி வருகின்றது அமேசான் காலேஜ்.